head still rumbling with the sound of the exploding bomb. Inside the safety of the clinic, someone thrust a mug of hot, sweet liquid in her hand. As she drank, her head began to clear. She put the empty mug on a tray and looked round, searching for her mother. The room was filled with injured people, one young lad clutching hold of his mother, who had blood running down her face from a wound on her head. Charlotte walked frantically among the injured, searching for her mother, desperate to find her. "Who are you looking for, my dear?" asked one of the Women's Voluntary Service ladies, known as the WVS. "My mother." Charlotte's voice broke into a sob. "I can't find her." "Come with me to the information desk. They will help you." The woman at the desk checked her list for the injured taken to hospital. "No Mrs. Martha Kirby." She looked up into Charlotte's grey-streaked face, the smell of the burning rubble ingrained in her skin and her clothes, and added kindly, "She could be at one of the first aid posts. Best stay here until we've checked all the relevant information." She called a volunteer over. "You go with this lady, and she will show you where you can rest." Lying on a lumpy mattress, Charlotte listened to the snores, coughs, and cries of other people around her. She couldn't sleep, not until she knew where her mother was. From the window high above her, she could see the burnt umber sky and flames still flickering. She watched the night sky gradually slip away to reveal a dark, grey, murky dawn. Quietly, she rose and tentatively made her way in between sleeping and restless bodies to the small washroom in the far corner. Above a stone sink hung a mirror, and catching sight of her reflection, she gasped. Her light brown hair was interwoven with bits of debris, and her eyes were two black holes, her face streaked with grey and mucky white. She looked like a monster in a horror film. She started to laugh hysterically, and she couldn't stop. It went on and on until she felt someone holding her, the thrust of a sharp needle in her arm, and then oblivion. Hours later, she opened her eyes. A light above dazzled her, and she turned to her side. "You're awake." A harassed-looking nurse stood by her side and checked her pulse. "The doctor will be on his rounds soon. How old are you, Charlotte?" 16. I work with Mum in the shop." "Where is Mum?" she sobbed. "Come along, dry those tears," soothed the weary nurse. An orderly brought her a cup of tea and a meat paste sandwich. Charlotte drank the tea, but her stomach was churning too much to eat the food. All the time, her mind raced, wondering where was her mother. After her wounds were attended to, the doctor discharged her, and she was then taken to a washroom where she could freshen up. A WVS lady came to give her a set of old but clean clothes to wear. Undergarments, a skirt, blouse and cardigan, shoes and socks. Feeling more human, but still concerned as to where her mother could be, she kept looking round, expecting to see her smiling face and her assurance that everything was all right. Later, Charlotte was shown into an office where an efficient-looking woman sat at a desk, studying a document. Before she could stop herself, Charlotte blurted out, "I want my mother." Her self-control slipped, and she burst into tears. The woman came over and placed a comforting arm about Charlotte's shoulders. When her sobbing subsided, she dabbed her eyes with a handkerchief the woman had given her. "I'm sorry. You've had a shock, and now I must tell you, my dear, that sadly, your mother died in the bombing raid. She was outside the shop when it took a direct hit. We found her body on the road, still clutching her handbag." Charlotte's body sagged, and her emotions drained. She felt as though her mind and body were being ripped apart. An array of images flashed through her mind, none of them making any sense. She could hear her mother singing, her sweet voice rising high and then fading away out of reach.